Okay, so you want to make 1K per day dropshipping a realistic way, right? And now, when I say realistic, I'm not one of those people that are just gonna be like, "Oh, realistically, real." No, bro. Like this is generally how you're gonna be able to do it. Simple as that, right? Before you get started, if you got any other, any sort of questions, hit me up on Instagram. Uh, Before you hit me up, make sure to follow. I'm trying to grow my account because But okay, so the very first thing, right? You're gonna want to kind of think about when you're trying to hit 1K is you're gonna have to change your mindset, right? And the reason why I say that is because you have to realize that $1,000 is not a lot of money, right? Now, there's going to be two types of people when they hear that, right? One person is going to be like, well, obviously, and then the second person is going to be like, it is. What are you talking about, right? And the reason why I say $1,000 is not a lot of money because when you look at drop shipping as a whole, especially the drop shipping that I do, a lot of people do, paid drop shipping, you're gonna have to pay to get that $1,000 in sales, right? That $1,000 in sales may only be two, three, four, $500 worth of profit because you're spending, all sorts of money on ads, right? So you gotta understand that $1,000 at base level is not a lot of money, right? But at the same time, right, this is like I don't even know the word for this, but there's two sides to the story, right? $1,000 is a lot of money at the same time because it's $1,000. You could probably eat for like a month or two with like $1,000. You feel me? Like it's a decent amount of money, right? So at the same time, it's not a lot of money if you're spending money on ads, but it is if you take away all expenses, right? So, all right. With that being said, right, we're gonna learn the best way to get that $1,000 without having all these other expenses, right? So, like I said, there's two ways, in my opinion. Obviously there's more, but these are my two ways. Okay, these are my two ways to get that 1,000, right? The best way to preserve that 1,000 to make it, as good as possible. There's two ways with dropshipping, right? For one, you have MRR, right? That stands for. I'm gonna write it down. Don't write it, bro. MRR stands for monthly recurring revenue, right? Monthly recurring revenue. Basically, what that means is your subscriptions coming in every single month from your customers. Simple as that, right? And then on the other hand, right? Profitable store, right? That's just basic, right? Like I said, you're running ads. You want to be as profitable as you can. You want your ROAS to be good. You want to be making a good amount of sales. You feel me? Like just run a profitable business, a profitable store. Simple as that, right? And my goal, right? The goal that we're gonna be teaching is to combine both, bro. Why can't you have a MRR store, right? Because mind you, right? If you're running a MRR store, when you get that initial subscription, you don't have to pay each month to get that sale again, right? So if I get somebody on a $20 subscription, I don't need to pay, $30, $40, $50, whatever it is on ads to get that sale again. So if I have that person subscribe to my product, I'm making that money every single month, right? And then, like I said here, with a profitable store, that's just simple. Like, I mean, you're spending money on ads, you're making more than you're spending. Simple as that, right? Just profitable store. You feel nothing crazy. And then the goal here is to combine both, right? Because if you're able to combine a profitable store with MRR, you will cook. I'm generally telling you, you will cook. You will start making crazy amounts of money that you've never seen before. I'm gonna just keep it to being with you, right? And I'm saying this, right? It's not gonna be as easy as I'm saying. This is the realistic, you feel me, way to hit 1K, right? It's not gonna be easy. I'm gonna just say that, right? Like for one, subscriptions. I'm gonna say the subscriptions are pretty easy, but getting a profitable store, that's when it really, that's when it really starts ramping up, right? So I'm gonna show you guys how to do this, right? So first of all, we're gonna use Luxury Tools. If I don't know what Luxury Tools is, right here, it's basically a platform or software for you to get color data, SimilarWeb, ChatGPT, Claude, Higgsfield, like literally anything that you need for ecom is in the spec. So I dropped a link under the description. It's only like $30 a month, so I would recommend getting it. If you're like generally trying to get into ecom, you probably need this, right? There's no way that you're spending all this money on all these softwares. Like honestly, I don't even pay for. I don't pay for ChatGPT. I don't pay for Claude. I don't pay for none of this stuff because it comes in the pack. It's no reason to try to buy it separately. It just makes no sense. So, like I said, right, the thing that we're gonna want to do, right, we're gonna go to Calidata, right? Obviously, if you don't know what Calidata is, it's a platform for you to go in here, see products that are doing good on TikTok Shop, so that you can take them over to Meta and print. Simple as that, right? But the different thing that we're gonna do this time, if you want to go back to this page right here, right? you want to combine these, right? You want to combine an MR product, a subscription product, and you want to combine something that can be profitable, right? So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to follow this criteria, right? So this is literally just basic criteria for finding products, but we're going to add something on it, right? So what I look for when I'm trying to find products, I do like beauty, beauty, health. What's the last one? Beauty, health, and pets. Where's pets at? Oh, here it is. Oh yeah, so you got like beauty, health, pets. Like the basics, whatever. For revenue, what I like to do, I do like maybe like 55K. Like, you can really just play with this one, but try to get something that's under 100K just in general. What's the 100K? And then for average unit price, you want something under $25, so that you're not shipping out these huge products. Like I use this product a lot as an example because there's no way that you want to be shipping this like big old like you do not want to be shipping that product, because when you get that initial sale, you're gonna have to buy the product from your supplier to send it to the customer, and nobody wants to be spending more than like honestly for me like more than like $15 for a product. Like that's crazy. Unless you're selling multiple, there's no reason you should be paying like $25, $30, $40 just to get that product to the customer, right? And then that's excluding ad cost, all that. So just get under $25, right? You don't want no big product to send out to your customers, right? So simple as that. I'm pretty sure these are the right filters, right? Yeah. Okay. So what I look for, right? Oh, this is a perfect example right? This is literally a perfect example, right? Okay, so the things that you're gonna want to look for in order to hit 1K a day is, like I said, the easiest thing. You want something that's replenishable, that's a consumable, something that can be sold repeatedly, right? Oh my god, this is a really good product. Hold on. Okay, but yeah, like I was saying, this product is actually fire. But the reason why this product is such a good product, going specifically on the actual things I was talking about, is we're looking at, right, this is a consumable product. It's reusable. Say somebody buys it, they're gonna run out, right? That's the number one thing that you want to look for when you're running a subscription based product, is that when they use it, they can run out, so they need more, right? And going down, right, when you find a good product like this, first of all, you want to look at the graph. You want to make sure it's in the uptrend, so you can see started at 2.2K, 2.5K, 2.9, whatever. Just it's going up in demand, right? People want this product more and more and more. That way, if you want to hop on it, you have the opportunity, So going down a little bit, right? We're looking at the videos, 97K. So you don't want a product that's making a lot with lives, because you can't really take those videos for yourself. So you just find some, majority videos. Go down. You can look at the views. The views are crazy on this. And go to the first page, right? So look at this. Like, we have $10,000 in revenue off a 5 million view video. Basically, what you want to do, right? You want to take these videos. You just literally want to put them into, your Meta campaign, your ad account, whatever you want to use, right? You can so just throw it into your ad account. Honestly, for me, I like to pick 9 videos, and then with those 9 videos, run them to like a basic store or whatever, and make sure it's a subscription-based product, so you're able to get that subscription revenue. Because if it's not, then you're just gonna be kind of making a one-time sale. And don't get me wrong, right? I know a lot of people, like literally majority of people, do one-time sales, but like I said, going back to the model, you want both of these, right? You want to combine a subscription store and a profitable store to create, you feel me, like 1K days, right? And then so basically, right, we're gonna break something down, right? Say you're making like $100 a day, right? $100 a day. Say you're making $100 a day. Say you're spending $200 in ads. Right. Your net profit for that day is negative $100. Right. Okay, so look this, right. You spend $100 a day. You're making $100 a day, but you're losing $200 a day on ads. Your net profit for the day is going to be $100, right? Now, if you change this, right, 100 a day plus subs plus subscriptions, so you're still going to lose that 100 the first day, right? You may lose it the second day, you may lose the third day, but come down to next month, right? Come down to next month. Oh my god, I hate writing on computer, bro. come to next month, say you cut your ads, right? You don't need the ads, you already have so much in subscriptions. You're making that $100 a day. And then 0 a day on ads, right? Literally no ad cost because you already have the subscriptions, right? Unless you're actively trying to scale your store, there's generally no reason to run ads for your product. If you already have a good amount of subscriptions, you're making a solid amount, right? There's no reason for you to be trying to run ads if you're already, making a solid amount that you're happy with, right? And your net profit on that day is gonna be 100. All right? Net profit 100. Right? So now with this right here, right? Looking at this, right? Obviously you get it, right? You're spending $100 a day. You're not spending any money on ads. Your net profit's 100, right? So getting into the part that obviously everybody came here for, right? How do we up this to 1,000, right? Literally the simplest way: spend more money on ads. Spend more money on ads to make more, sales. And then with those sales, there are obviously subscriptions. You just do this process right here, right? So say, obviously you don't want to spend like 1,000 on a day. Like, you don't want to spend 1,000 a day just to break even. Like, obviously don't do that. But, you're spending a decent amount of money on ads, getting a decent amount of money in sales, then just let that compound, right? So if you were to just do this, right, literally just let it snowball, right? That's it, right? Obviously on one of my stores, I was spending like maybe $400. I was spending $500 a day on ads, and I was making $500 a day in sales. Now next month, I'm not spending $500. That $500 from the sales is gonna be profit. You feel me? Like, it's just simple. I just build it up and then let it snowball. Simple as that, right? Subscriptions are the easiest way to make passive money easy. It's not nothing crazy, right? So, like I said, that's gonna end up the video for y'all. I know it was a little bit confusing. I might go through edit a little bit just to kind of, prioritize some parts. But if you guys did enjoy the video, like, subscribe, share it out. Like I said, also, if you have any sort of questions, hit me up on Instagram. It's in the description. And yeah, bro, I'll catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.